Welcome. We're going to slay some demons today. We're going to slay a lot of demons. We can hear them howling already because they will not like this. Believe me, they will not like this. In the scriptures for the Quran, for instance, there's a foundation story or foundation principle or cornerstone verses that all the other verses rest on. Now for the Quran, it's the verses about Adam being made from black mud fashioned into shape. And all the Sunni ideas follow from that. Their logic extends from that concept. And you can trace all the Quranic ideas, philosophies, conjectures, whatever, to that verse. With their understanding of reality, the understanding of Islam, the understanding of religion. It's based on those verses. About Adam being made from black mud fashioned into shape. Now for the Bible, it's the Abrahamic covenant, the blood covenant. And you can trace everything back to that. See, people don't talk about that. Well, they don't know it. But when you distill it down, you understand, to its primary components, that's the basis of the Bible, the Abrahamic covenant, which is also the basis of how the world works today in the Western world. See, because the Western world's based on, with their reaction, their political maneuverings, right? Their foreign policy is all boiled down to that prophecy. See, the Eastern world, you understand, primarily the Muslim Eastern world reality is centered around the black mud fashion into shape verses. Okay, the Nation of Islam, founded by Farad Muhammad, and and promoted by Elijah Muhammad, is based on who is the original man, the Asiatic black man, maker, owner, cream of the planet Earth, God of the universe, all centered around that. See, and then about Yaqub, grafted devils, skunk of the planet Earth. Those are the three primary concepts that are driving these three spheres of reality. Now, if you of the mind, if your interpretation of Adam being made from black mud fashioned into shape, if your interpretation is of that, is that Adam is the black mud fashioned into shape. See, we don't have to just stick with that. I mean, people take it further and say, okay, well, black people, they're Adam. We don't have to take it that far. If you're of the mind, your interpretation of that verse is that Adam is the black mud fashioned into shape, that is impossible to reconcile that. It's impossible to reconcile that with the Asiatic black man, maker, owner, cream of the planet Earth, God of the universe. The Asiatic black man being the maker, owner, cream of the planet Earth, God of the universe. It's impossible to reconcile the two. Because on one hand, if you of the mind that Adam is the black mud fashioned into shape, and he's the first man, then the angels can't be men. because they preceded Adam. The jinn can't be men because they preceded Adam. Adam cannot be self-created because someone made him. You see? Angels cannot be men. God cannot be man. The jinn cannot be man. Because if Adam's the first man, they preceded Adam. You understand? So you cannot reconcile that with who is the original man, the maker, owner, cream of the planet, earth, God of the universe. You cannot reconcile the two. That's possible. You understand that? So you either of one mind or the other. Now, if you are the mind that Adam is the black mud fashioned into shape, then you're going to believe, and he's the first man. Then you're going to believe the angels are not men. You're going to believe God is not man. You're going to believe the jinn are not men. They're spooks or spirits, something you can't see, even though Adam, right? The angels was commanded to submit to Adam. You see, how can Adam control the angel when they can't see them, don't even know they're around? Anyway, that's where that comes from. That's exactly where that comes from, because it says, well, if you believe that Adam is the black mud fashioned into shape, then you have to believe that those are spiritual beings that cannot be seen. They're invisible beings. Some other plane. You have to believe that because it says it. He's the first man. They're not men. They're something else other than men. And that's contrary to who is the original man. You cannot reconcile those two. You cannot hold both ideas simultaneously. You have to accept one or the other. You see? So if one is saying, so it's either you have to accept one or the other, or you're just ignorant and you don't even know, and you're just a parrot, and you're just reciting the script, and you haven't thought it through, and you're just saying, hey, yeah, man, I believe that the original man is the Asiatic black man, maker, owner, cream of earth, God of the universe. And also, I believe that Adam is a black mud fashioned into shape. He was a black man. And that means you're an idiot because you haven't thought it through, because both of them can't. They're mutually exclusive. They're totally adverse to each other. So you're an idiot, or you believe in one or the other. So if you say you believe that Adam is made of black mud fashioned into shape, then you don't believe the other, that original man is the Asiatic black man, maker, owner, cream of the earth. You understand that? That's logic. We only deal with logic and math and science here. No foolishness, no BS. See, I say, this is a logical argument, a clear argument. Now, prove me wrong. Show how you can believe in both at the same time, simultaneously. You can't. That means you believe in one or the other, or you're an idiot. That's your choice. So if you believe in Adam is black mud fashioned into shape, then you believe in the way the Sunnis believe. See? That means we're all evil, because remember, Adam was made to make mischief and shed blood. That means we're all evil. And we're all from Adam, so we're all brothers and sisters. And that means what they say that the Prophet Muhammad says, that we're all born Muslim. But that's contrary to being made mischief to shed blood, because that's what Muslims do. That right there shows you something's wrong with that statement. But if that statement is true, we all born Muslims. Our parents are the ones that mess us up. You understand? Then that's the end of the Yaqub idea. That you can't believe that either, because we all came from the same. We're all brothers and sisters. You see? We are Muslims. We just have to be reconciled. You understand? That's the Sunni idea. You see? That's their idea. So angels flying around, you can't see them, jinn, all that. That makes sense if you believe that Adam is black mud fashioned into shape. That makes total sense. So you have Mr. Farrakhan. He's telling you that that's what he believes. He's telling you he believes in the Sunni version. That means he doesn't believe in the Elijah Muhammad version, or he's an idiot. Take your pick. He's an idiot or he's a liar. Because he's saying he believes in Elijah Muhammad's version. He's taught by Elijah Muhammad. But he can't if he believes in black mud fashioned in the shape as Adam. Or he's an idiot. He hasn't thought it through. So either he's a liar or he's an idiot. Take your pick. Either way, I wouldn't follow him out of a burning building. He's a liar or he's an idiot. If he's an idiot, that means he can't get that simple verse right. But he claims he's being guided by God. See? He claims he's the anointed. And he's been taught the Torah and the gospel and the wisdom, but he can't get that right. So if he can't get that simple verse right, he can't get anything right. And like I said, all Sunniism is based on that idea. You can trace everything back to that idea. Adam is made from black mud fashioned in the shape. And so that's why they're telling this thing, they're saying the things they're saying. No, but parents have nothing to do with people producing children in the womb. There's a mystery God in there doing that. Yeah, God's supposed to be a man. That's conflict. How can God be a man, but he's in everybody's womb? Unless he's screwing all these women. So every baby in the world, he's his baby. See, but parents have nothing to do with it, but, there's such thing as crack babies. And the only way you can get a crack baby is the parents have to be on crack. One or both of them. You see? So it makes no sense. So he's selling you a bill of goods. And most of you are buying it. The demons are going to buy it. No matter what he says, they're going to buy it because they're in bed with him. They think the same way. See? All the Wallace followers, most of the people around him are former Wallace followers or Wallace followers' children. Because when Wallace took over, they was glad to be on Wallace. They didn't want to be with the messenger anyway. They wanted to do that Sunniism stuff. They jumped around alacrity. They wanted that. They don't have to do Elijah stuff. They dropped that like hot manure. And that's what you have around him now. Demons. We talk about those demons. They don't want to talk about demons. Why? Think about it. Anyway, those two ideas cannot be reconciled. Either one or the other, or you're an idiot. You haven't thought it through and you're just saying it. You're just a parrot reading the script. See? But now, you say, well, is that a conflict between the messenger and Farad and the Quran? I mean, you're saying we got a side between the Farad and the messenger and the Quran? No. I didn't say that. See? Because the Quran is reconciled with what they're saying. In fact, it's perfectly reconciled. Because they don't go further and stay in the Quran, understand the Quran. They don't understand their own book. And the Quran tells you they don't understand their own book. It tells you. It says only those who are firmly rooted in knowledge and Allah himself can understand the book. And they're not firmly rooted in knowledge because that means you have to know the mathematics of Islam. And Islam is mathematics and mathematics of Islam. And they don't know it. So they're confused. And that's why, because they have a bad interpretation of that verse, the Sunniism is all messed up. It's the golden calf. That's why Messenger would not allow them into his temples. Because they had a wrong interpretation of that verse. It's interpretation. It's like the interpretation of the Abrahamic promise. They tell you, oh, well, that happened 4,000 years ago. No, it did not. There's no proof, absolutely no proof that there was ever access to any of that stuff that's happening right now. And why? They tell you, don't read it. Don't believe it. It's corrupt. See, it's perfectly up until you get to Aaron. And then all of a sudden, it's no good. Don't listen to that stuff. Because he don't want you to see. Because if you read that and you believe that the Bible's not corrupt, Farrakhan's toast. He's toast. It's as simple as that. It's toast. I mean, the demons going to believe in him. But those who don't know their right hand from their left, as talked about in Jonah, see, hey, that's a clear sign. They'll be off the fence after that. See, because right now they can't distinguish between the two, mostly because they never really heard what the messenger taught. All they got is Farrakhan's version of what the messenger taught. They haven't got the real version, because they did, they wouldn't know their right hand from their left, because he telling them that this is what the messenger told, this is what the messenger believed, and whatever. It was all lies. See, devils coming into NOI. You understand? Father Flager is not a devil, but there's devils among the MGT and FOI and all this BS. Okay, let's go back up here. Let's go into it. Later in the Quran, it says, Adam, right? Let's talk about Adam. He's made from life germ and a blood clot. I mean, he can't be made from both. He can't be made from black mud, fashion, and shape, and life germ and blood clot too. I mean, they can twist it in a way to say it. Well, after he was made, then the rest of Adam, his children made from him. No. What it's telling you is the black mud fashioned into shape. Remember, it was already fashioned shape. If something's fashioned in shape, you don't make something out of it. It's already fashioned into shape. If he said he's made from black mud that we fashion into shape, that'd be a different story. They said no, the black mud was already fashioned into shape. That's us. See? That's us. And we made them with the angels. The jinn is one of us. The jinn is an original person. He tells you. He said he was made before Adam. He's an original person. You got to understand who the jinn are. You understand? They're not invisible people. They just pretty much the status quo. I mean, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about that. There's people that resist change. That's what they resisted change. They don't want no change. There's original people who resist change. They don't want no change. We talked about them back in the moon. They didn't want to change the language, so they resisted. That's the jinn. They resist. They status quo like things like that. They're not going to. They resist change. That's what all jinn are. It's not no special category of people. It's just a mentality. You understand? So, what it's saying is, we are the black mud fashioned in a shape. And we made Adam from our sperm and egg, from a life germ and a blood clot. And scientifically, they tell you understand, that you can take and actually make a being from a literal blood clot, the DNA. You can fertilize with sperm, because it has all you need. Because all the egg is just genetic material that the sperm needs to recreate itself. That's all it is. And that all that material is in a blood clot. It's all right there. See, so crime was way ahead of us on that one. See, so the blood clot. It means just the material that the sperm needs to create itself, and a blood clot was due. I mean, you heard of test tube babies? See, cloning. See, that's why you have to be really in knowledge. You have to be a scientist. You have to be knowledgeable. You have to know mathematics. That's perfectly in tune with what the messenger said. See, because we made Adam from us, and they was made to make mischief and shed blood. That's the Yakub story. Perfectly in sync. Perfectly. But if you take the other way, you don't have no Yakub story. And we all are born to make mischief and shed blood. But how could we be born Muslims if we was born to make mischief and shed blood? Right there, you got a conflict. You understand? The two cannot be reconciled. So if he's telling you, Farrakhan is telling you that he believes that with Adam, that means he's telling you that we don't want to make mischief and shed blood. So all this other stuff he's telling you about, we had to jihad in ourselves, we got to work the demons out, all that kind of stuff. It makes sense because he believes in Sunnism. He said he don't, but he does. He's a liar. That's why he's a liar. He lies about so much stuff. See, he said he's not a liar. He's a liar. I'm just giving you the proof. I'm giving the proof to the original people out there, the true seed of Abraham. I'm not talking to the demons. They ain't going to listen to anything I have to say. I don't want to listen to anything else. I want to just get the hell away from me. Because if you listen, you're going to be slain. See, I can hear you howling now. Howling, crying, cursing. You understand? I'll kill that nigga and all that stuff. Whatever. Saying that's your problem. Because we're going to get rid of you. Jesus did not like demons. He didn't come to save demons. He didn't come to redeem demons. He called demons out and then cast them out. See? And then threw them back to their swine daddies, and they all ran off the cliff together. Nobody wants demons. Demons are the devil's seed. And you understand? The enemy has sown his seed among. That's the parable. Sow his seed among the wheat. Enemy has done that. See, but let them go together. See, messers teach them all together. Don't separate them because you might hurt the wheat. But at harvest time, we're going to separate them out. And we're going to burn them up. We don't want the demons because they're devils. There's black-faced devils result of raping black women for 400 years. Okay, so like I said, I'm ready. Are you ready for war? Here we are. I'm ready. See, call me a liar. See, bring your proof. See, I'm firing. I'm locked and loaded. See, I'm firing for effect. You understand? So what you got? What's your answer? See? Right. Go jump in your little hole. You understand? Lick your wounds. You understand? Like you always do. Howl and cry and curse. Barking dogs. But like barking dogs, just ignore them. I ignore them. I don't read their comments. I don't read none of that crap. Don't even pay attention to it. It's worthless. You just ignore a barking dog. And what he does, he goes back to doing what he loves best, licking his ass. Don't worry about him. You don't argue with a dead man. They're dead. They're dead. But they hold on to their daddy. And they're doing everything they can to take you down with them, the dead you. See, they're not going to do it. Because not one hair on your head will be harmed. If you are a true seed of Abraham, not one hair on your head will be harmed. You see? And you will be redeemed. You'll be taken out of here. You already served. You already paid your price. It's not based on how much sin you done, how many blunts you smoked, you understand, how much fornication you did. That was not part of the promise. See? This is all the filth that we picked up being in filthy land. When you come out of filthy land and get in fresh, clean water land, all that filth will disappear. And your sins, though it's scarlet, will be white as snow. That's the promise. Don't worry about all that stuff. Don't let them tell, oh, you wicked, you be, that they are. That's not you. Okay. Remember, just think about that. Look at it. Think about it. Okay. Assalamu alaikum.